First of all, let's talk about the mallet instruments in the mallet family. Number one, most importantly, is to always have a cover on your instrument. This keeps it clean and it enables it to be protected from chipping and all sorts of weird stuff like that. So I like to take my cover off, fold it up sort of nicely, and my instrument is clean and ready for use. This instrument here is called a vibraphone. The vibraphone, to me, is a beautiful instrument because it has a motor here. It is made of metal. It has little turbines here that flappers that create a vibrato effect that we'll talk about a little bit later. But this instrument is a beautiful instrument that's used a lot in jazz as well as the classical world. It has 1, 2, 3 octaves. They are larger than a bell kit, but they are basically all made of metal. The only unique thing about a vibraphone is you have to take the pedal and you move it down, and look at that. It rings forever, so it produces a beautiful sound.
What's the difference between a marimba and a vibraphone?
A vibraphone is made with metal bars and a marimba is made with wood bars. These particular bars here are also used on glockenspiel.
Can you talk a little bit about the grip that you have when you hold a mallet?
Absolutely. These are vibraphone mallets, and we use the same format basically as the stick. We find the fulcrum, we find a balancing point, we take the 3 fingers, put it over, and what I like to do is I like to think of myself on a sled. My left hand is basically a little bit more straight, so I'm going up and down the vibraphone all the way across, but I'm playing in the middle of the bar. We want to stay off of the node, which is where this rope is, and the edge of the bar. Listen to the difference between the same note played different spots. Not a very good sound here. I didn't say it's a bad sound, it's just a different sound. To get the optimum amount of sound out of your mallet instrument, I like to play in the middle of the bar. I like to use what we call the hot stove technique. It's very simply pull the sound out of the bar, pull it out all the way across. By doing the stick technique that we did on snare drum where we're alternating, you know, I'm not getting the same quality of sound. So when I tell young mallet players, pull the sound out, and always try to make music when you're doing whatever you do. And that way you're able to create musical experiences, whether it's a C major scale, which we're doing right now, or that particular rhythmic exercise on a C major scale. I have numerous amounts of mallets, and these particular mallets I've had for probably almost 40 years. So anything you buy now, whether in junior high, middle school, or high school, will last a lifetime if you take care of them. Keep them in your practice bag, and sometimes put them in a plastic cover to help keep dirt and debris from catching onto these.
Do you have any funny percussion stories?
Sure. One time I was playing in the orchestra, and I had this really big gong hit. I mean, it was major. It was huge. And I'm getting ready, and I stood up, grabbed the mallet, I warmed the gong up, I'm ready to play, ready to play, ready to play, ready to play, ready to play. And I missed the gong.
Oh no.
I went to go hit it, and I was standing in front of the bass drum. So I just looked over, I said, that's the way it is. So choreography and setup is everything in percussion. And we just have to have fun and be inspirational and have a sense of humor, because what we do is we strike instruments to make sounds.
Could you play something for us on the vibraphone?
Sure. I'm going to demonstrate with the pedal down, and then the pedal disengaged. So by pressing the pedal down, I'm able to, whoa, look at those white legs, nasty. I'm able to get the notes to, sort of sounds like a doorbell. Now with the pedal disengaged, so doing a C major arpeggio, I'm able to do that. Creating where we play the notes when I'm playing vibraphone. If I'm playing fast, sometimes I'll play on the edge. I would prefer to do this. But boy, that's a lot of distance to go from here to here.
Yeah.
So the faster I go, I sometimes have to cheat. So, and that way I'm able to play faster and play licks like. That's the excerpt from Porgy and Bess, and it's about the first 6 bars, and it's considered an orchestra, one of the really hip things that we play. I usually play it on xylophone, but today we played it on a vibraphone. Today I've got 3 different types of mallets here, and you can see that there are different lengths, and they are different models, and they are different materials. This is a rattan mallet, and this is a wooden mallet. You can actually get these dowels at Home Depot or Lowe's and make your own mallets if you have the balls and you know how to do the actual sewing of that. But you can see just by changing the mallets, they're not louder or softer. They're different timbres, and that's important to realize because this one has a different timbre than this. So remember, your director, Mr. Macias, might say, you know, can you just change mallets just a little bit? And you should have a wide range of mallets because they are all different.
So it's a different sound for every mallet.
Absolutely. And by creating and having a wide variety of mallets, you're able to produce the sound that gets put out to the audience. It might sound really good where you're standing, but the conductor or director will be able to decide which mallet is really cutting through, or maybe it's cutting through too much. Maybe it's too articulate. Maybe it's too legato. Those are terms that hopefully you'll learn in your studies under such great leadership.